Be the chant master today. Now we can just do our mantra recitations. Alright, welcome everyone. Welcome to you online. Invite those of you who'd like to join me in prostrations. Again, calling to mind the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all the enlightened ones present in front of us. This literal field of merit. We prostrate with our body, speech, and mind, seeking to obtain enlightenment for the welfare of all sentient beings. Well, let's just begin by getting comfortable and resting our body, speech, and mind in its natural state. So sit nicely, straight back, and just take a little time to bring awareness into your body, relax your body, and become aware of your breath. Now, in preparation of the sadhana practice, we'll just spend a little time on the 4 thoughts that turn our minds to Dharma. The first thought being a rare and precious human rebirth that we currently have. So just take a time to reflect upon the eons of lifetimes it's taken to obtain this very precious opportunity. This human rebirth we have right now, 18 specific qualities, all the conditions ripe for enlightenment. We have this body, we have these teachings. We're in a time with authentic teachings available to us and authentic teachers that have obtained a path to enlightenment, an unbroken lineage of teachings to lead us to liberation. Right now, all of the conditions are ripe for you to obtain enlightenment for the welfare of all beings. So let's just take a moment to reflect upon the rare and precious human rebirth you have now. We have this opportunity right now, but as we turn our attention to the second thought, we remember impermanence. Everything that comes together falls apart. Things that come, go. Things that are born fade away. So here we bring to mind just a fundamental truth. Death is certain, time of death uncertain. We won't have this body and this opportunity forever. So we spend a little time to reflect upon this truth so that we can truly be inspired to not waste this day, this life. So as we call to mind the fact that death is certain, time of death uncertain, we can bring to mind people that have passed, people that we have known. Some died quickly, some slowly, some young, some old. But as a reminder that each day is a precious gift and a rare opportunity, we want to bring these people to mind so we can recognize the gifts that we have today. Recognizing that we have this rare and precious human rebirth, and for only a limited time, we bring our attention to the third thought, that of karma, law of cause and effect, the understanding that what we water grows, the habits and tendencies, attitudes and thoughts that we use the most become predominant. So now we take a moment to reflect upon the seeds that we'd like to water, the karmic imprints that lead to the bodhisattva path, to liberation, to benefiting all sentient beings, as well as the karmic imprints that undermine that path, that lead to more self-cherishing and essentially more suffering and a prison of samsaric existence. Here we just take a moment to recognize the seeds we'd like to water, the ones we'd like to eliminate. And the fourth thought is a clear understanding of the nature of samsara itself. Taking a moment to recognize the prison that we're currently in, under the influence of karma and klesha, mental afflictions. Understand that the very nature of this cyclic existence that we find ourselves in, its very nature is suffering. We often forget this as we engage in pleasurable activities, which sometimes take us away from understanding the opportunity that we truly have right now to be completely free of karma, to be completely free of kleshas, to become liberated from the cycle of existence. So we take a moment to reflect upon the nature of the life that we experience today. Is there any true refuge here? Is there anything that can provide a lasting happiness and sense of well-being? Is there anyone we know that will be around for us always? And what is it that we seek refuge in? The vacations, the meals, the entertainment. Can that provide any true freedom? Or does its very nature contain the seed of suffering itself? And now we bring to mind the gift that we have in front of us, the refuge that we can rely upon, a path to liberation, a path to no more suffering. And we bring to mind this refuge, the refuge of the three jewels of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Beyond samsara, free of mental afflictions, free of karma. There, always to help and guide, always available to us. As we bring to mind this true refuge, you can now visualize that the Buddha appears in the space in front of us, embodying the three jewels of refuge, surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And we can just visualize the Buddha for ease. He's always there anyway. We simply need to bring him to mind. But here we bring him to mind clearly. Three-dimensional golden radiant light. The space in front of us, the level of our forehead. Take a moment to truly feel his presence, his infinite wisdom and compassion permeating the space of the room. Feeling his love and compassion for you. Feeling completely cared for and accepted. He's so happy that we're here, working to benefit all sentient beings. keeping the visualization, remembering the Buddhas in front of us, surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, we'll prepare to recite our refuge prayers. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. Let's just take a moment to establish your refuge and cultivate bodhicitta. Now we'll take a little time to water the seeds of the four immeasurable attitudes. We'll recite a verse and take a moment to reflect upon it, and then on to the next verse. First, equanimity. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. May they abide in this way. I shall cause them to abide in this way. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. Now, loving kindness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and its causes. May they have these. I shall cause them to have these. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. and compassion. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and its causes. May they be free. I shall cause them to be free. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. Enjoy. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never parted from upper rebirth and liberation's excellent bliss. May they never be parted. I shall cause them never to be parted. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. And what are the measurable attitudes, these great aspirations for the benefit of all sentient beings? We now turn our attention to the 7-limb practice to purify negativities and to cultivate merit. So at this stage, we'd visualize the field of merit in the space in front of us. 5 thrones, Buddha at the center, surrounded by all the lineage masters and the enlightened ones. But for ease, we can, right now, just visualize the Buddha himself, recognizing that he is surrounded by all the enlightened ones. The field of merit is now in the space in front of us. It's with them in mind that we engage in the 7-limb practice. First limb of prostration. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind. And offerings, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed. limb of confession. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time. So here we just take a little time to cultivate an intelligent regret, understanding that all the mental afflictions that we have today are a result of previous activities that have been unskillful, been unwholesome, harming others and ourselves. So without taking upon ourselves a shame or a sense of not being a good person or anything of that nature, just recognizing that we're under the influence of mental afflictions. And out of this confusion, we've engaged in a lot of unwholesome activities that have harmed ourselves and others over many lifetimes. So here we just take a moment to really cultivate an intelligent and clear regret for all the harmful and unwholesome activities we've engaged in. The regret being how it's created suffering for ourselves and others and added to our own confusion, limiting our ability to truly be of benefit. Now I invite you to bring to mind a specific event, activity, or habit that you'd like to purify that can embody all these others, recognizing some activity that might be more recent that we really want to change. So bring to mind an event or habit in which we were unskillful. Now bring it to mind clearly as possible. Bring the scene and the space in front of you. Remembering that everyone involved is just trying to do the best they can, all under the influence of misperceptions, confusion. So you can identify how this truly harmed yourself or others, limited your ability to engage in the path and truly be of benefit. See if you can identify what caused you to act this way? Was there a sense of pride or a sense of insecurity, a sense of fear, a sense of attachment? See if you can learn from this moment. Now, how could you have acted in a way that is truly beneficial, a skillful way of engaging in that very same situation? Make a firm commitment that the next time you find yourself in such a situation or with similar feelings, a firm commitment that you're going to do your best to engage in this more beneficial response. And also a firm resolve that from this moment forward, you're going to do your best to engage in wholesome, virtuous activities and avoid the non-virtuous activities that undermine our own path to enlightenment. Make it clear point that we're doing this practice today to purify these negativities for the benefit of all sentient beings. Now on to the fourth limb. And rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. And so now we just take a little time to cultivate empathetic joy for all those that are doing virtuous activities in the world. Could be ordinary beings, could be the saints, could be the enlightened ones. Bring them to mind, recognize, and have joy for the kindness, patience, and virtue that they bring to the world. And limbs 5 and 6 together. Please remain until cyclic existence ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. Yeah, so we can take a moment to really create a heartfelt aspiration and a request that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the enlightened ones, the Dharma itself, remain for the benefit of all sentient beings, that we create these conditions for these teachings and teachers to remain until we're all free of suffering. We're now dedicating the merit. I dedicate all the virtues of myself and others to the great enlightenment for sentient beings. I will prepare for the mandala offering. This ground, anointed with perfume, flowers strewn, Mount Meru, four lands, sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you. May all beings enjoy this pure land, the objects of attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, my body, wealth, and enjoyments. I offer these without any sense of loss. Please accept them with pleasure and inspire me and others to be free from three poisonous attitudes. Idam gula radha mandala kam niryanthayami. And concluding preparatory practices, I invite you to take a moment if you need to settle yourself or stretch before you begin the meditation and visualization. Now once again, bringing your awareness back into your body, settling your body, speech, and mind in its natural state, letting your body be relaxed and at ease, your breath natural, unmodified. Now visualize in front of you at the level of your forehead the divine form of four-armed Chenrezig, who is the embodiment of all the infinite Buddha's compassionate wisdom. He sits on a lotus and moon seat. His body is in the nature of pure light, youthful, and decorated with magnificent jeweled ornaments. He has one face and four arms. His first two hands are at his heart, palms together, holding a wish-fulfilling gem. On his right, a third hand holds a crystal rosary, reminding you to recite mantra and symbolizing wisdom. On his left, a fourth hand holds a white lotus, which represents compassion. So just take a moment to clearly bring to mind the presence of Chenrezig in the space in front of you. Radiant white light. First two hands together holding a wish-fulfilling jewel. On his right, a third hand holds a crystal rosary. On his left, a white lotus. Take a a moment to really feel His presence, His compassion, His love and kindness as it permeates the space of the room, as it permeates you. It's such a gift to be here, the presence of Chenrezig, that naturally we think of others, and as we do so, we now visualize that seated next to us are our parents, our family and friends, people we love and care for. They become seated next to us. It doesn't matter whether they're alive or dead. We bring them here present to be with Chenrezig. And now we invite those that we're challenged by, people that we don't like or have difficulties with. We invite them in the space in front of us a little closer to Chenrezig, so they can experience His compassion and wisdom, His love, kindness. And now surrounding us and filling all of space, visualize those who are strangers to us, all other sentient beings from the 6 realms of existence. You can visualize them in the form of human beings, but they include all beings from all 6 realms of existence. So once again, just tightening our visualization, Chenrezig in the space in front of us, 3-dimensional, radiant white light. Our family and friends next to us, those we're challenged by in front of us, and surrounding us, filling all space, all other sentient beings here in the presence of Chenrezig, experiencing His infinite love and compassion, kindness and wisdom. Maintaining this visualization, we're going to request that Chenrezig bestow the blessings of his body, speech, and mind upon ourselves and all other sentient beings. And we're going to make this request by reciting the 6-syllable mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. And as we recite this, really try to maintain that aspiration that all beings be free of suffering, that we receive these blessings for the benefit of others. I'm going to invite Laura and Eden to kind of lead us a little bit as Aaron's away today. made the request, prepare to receive the blessings of Chenrezig of his body, speech, and mind, purifying our own body, speech, and mind, as well as all other sentient beings. So once again, bringing our visualization of Chenrezig in the space in front of us at the level of our forehead, about a body length away. Now visualize that from Chenrezig's forehead, wisdom, white light, and nectar radiate and dissolve into our foreheads and that of all other sentient beings, purifying the negative karma and obstacles concerning our bodies. The blessings of Chenrezig's body enter our body. And so now this brilliant white light and nectar comes right into your forehead, and from the crown of your head just slowly and methodically oozes all the way down to the soles of your feet, purifying any negativities accumulated with the body and receiving the blessings of Chenrezig's body. And now from Chenrezig's throat, wisdom, red light, and nectar radiate and dissolves into our throats and that of all other sentient beings, purifying the negative karma and obstacles concerning our speech. The blessings of Chenrezig's speech enter our speech. So now this brilliant red light and nectar comes right into our throat, and this time it goes right down to the soles of our feet and starts filling us up, all the way to the crowns of our heads, washing away all negativities of speech and purifying and blessing us with Chenrezig's speech. Now from Chenrezig's Heart Center, wisdom, blue light, and nectar, radiate and dissolve into our hearts and that of all other sentient beings, purifying the negative karma and obstacles concerning our minds. The blessings of Chenrezig's mind enter our minds. So now this brilliant blue light and nectar comes right into our heart, and the moment it makes contact, it just immediately explodes throughout our whole body, instantly, purifying negativities of mind, and we receive the blessings of Chenrezig's mind. Now from Chenrezig's three places, forehead, throat, and heart center. White, red, and blue wisdom, light, and nectar radiate and dissolves into our three places and that of all other sentient beings. Our bodies are filled with wisdom, light, and nectar, purifying all negative karma and obstacles concerning our body, speech, and minds. The blessings of Chenrezig's body, speech, and mind are received by us and all sentient beings. And so now simultaneously white, red, and blue wisdom, light, and nectar flowing right into our bodies, purifying and blessing. Take a moment to really see yourself purified and cleansed, especially of anything that you brought to mind earlier in your confession. Purified and cleansed, blessed. We bring our attention forward, recognizing the immeasurable value of this opportunity. We want to make sure that we create the conditions to continue to have the Dharma here for all sentient beings. So we'll together recite the request prayer, page 4. And we recite this prayer 3 times. O Arya Avalokiteshvara, treasure of compassion, together with your entourage, please listen to me. Please let me, my parents, and all sentient beings of the 6 realms quickly cross the ocean of samsara. Please let the vast and profound, peerless bodhicitta grow soon in our mind stream. With the water of your compassion, please cleanse all karmas and delusions accumulated since beginningless time. With your compassionate hand, please lead me and all migrators to the land of Sukhavati. Please, Amitabha and Avalokiteshvara, in all our lives be virtuous friends. Show well the unmistaken pure path, and quickly place us in Buddhist state. O Arya, Avalokiteshvara, treasure of compassion, together with your entourage, please listen to me. Please let me, my parents, and all sentient beings in six realms, quickly cross the ocean samsara. Please let the vast and profound, peerless bodhicitta grow soon in our mind stream. With the water of your compassion, please cleanse all karmas and delusions accumulated since beginningless time. With your compassionate hand, please lead me and all migrators to the land of Sukhavati. Please, Amitabha and Avalokiteshvara, in all our lives be virtuous friends. Show well the unmistaken pure path, and quickly place us in Buddhist state. O Arya, Avalokiteshvara, treasure of compassion, together with your entourage, please listen to me. Please let me, my parents, and all sentient beings of the six realms quickly cross the ocean of samsara. Please let the vast and profound, peerless bodhicitta grow soon in our mind stream. With the water of your compassion, please cleanse all karmas and delusions accumulated since the beginning of this time. With your compassionate hand, please lead me and all migrators to the land of Sukhavati. Please, Amitabha and Avalokiteshvara, in all our lives be virtuous friends. Show well the unmistaken pure path, and quickly place us in Buddhist state. And now we turn our attention to the 8 verses of thought transformation. Real precious guide to engaging in our daily life in ways that transform it into a path of awakening. And so here we actually engage in reading this together to plant, nourish these seeds of Dharma in our own mind streams. But I do encourage people to, on their own time, study these more thoroughly and bring them into their daily lives. Here we can visualize a small Chenrezig, if you'd like, above the crown of your head, and flowing down white light and nectar that helps purify any negativities that prevent us from understanding these verses. We'll recite together now. With the thought of attaining enlightenment for the welfare of all beings who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I will constantly practice holding them dear. Whenever I am with others, I will practice seeing myself as the lowest of all, and from the very depth of my heart, I will respectfully hold others as supreme. In all actions, I will examine my mind, and the moment a disturbing attitude arises, endangering myself and others, I will firmly confront and avert it. Whenever I meet a person of bad nature who is overwhelmed by negative energy and intense suffering, I will hold such a rare one dear, as if I had found a precious treasure. When others, out of jealousy, mistreat me with abuse, slander, and so on, I will practice accepting defeat and offer the victory to them. When someone I have benefited and in whom I have placed great trust hurts me very badly, I will practice seeing that person as my supreme teacher. In short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings, my mothers. I will practice in secret taking upon myself all of their harmful actions and sufferings. Without these practices being defiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, by perceiving all phenomena as illusory, I will practice without grasping to release all beings from the bondage of the disturbing, unsubdued mind and karma. Now for the long life prayer for His Holiness. In the land of snowy mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Our dedication of merit. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Chenrezig, that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their sufferings. May the precious Bodhi mind, not yet born, arise and grow. Once born, have no decline, but increase forevermore. Due to the positive potential accumulated by myself and others in the past, present, and future, may anyone who merely sees, hears, remembers, touches, or talks to me be freed in that very instant from all sufferings and abide in happiness forever. In all rebirths, may I and all sentient beings be born in a good family, have clear wisdom, have great compassion, be free of pride and devoted to our spiritual masters, and live in accordance with our vows and commitments to the spiritual masters. In whatever guise you appear, O Chenrezig, whatever your retinue, your lifespan in Pure Land, whatever your name, most noble and holy, may I and all others attain only these. By the force of these praises and requests made to you, may all disease, poverty, fighting, and quarrels be calmed. May the Dharma and all auspiciousness increase throughout the worlds and directions where I and all others dwell. I'll invite you all to do prostrations together. Again, bringing all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas present in the space in front of us. Remembering that we're prostrating with our body, speech, and mind. For the benefit of all sentient beings, all the merit that we accumulate. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for joining us online. I hope everything worked well. I had to run the technology myself, so I wasn't in the control panel, so hopefully it streamed well. Thank you all so much.